spelling the last for the record?
Hey, name's Remy Hollis. You can put that down as Hollis.
Miss Hollis, what do you do for a living?
I'm a band manager. Like to think I'm pretty good at what I do. You've probably heard of some of the people I'm working with. Talking JT, talking Jay-Z, and even BK's in there. It's Beyonce Hollis.
So how do you get the word out about these stars?
For me, it's all about recognition. Their songs are playing on the radio, but I got people to fall in love with the faces that are singing the songs. So getting people on TV is always the first step for me.
And what kind of shows have you had them on?
Well, talk shows are pretty easy because they usually got that music portion, so it's easy for me to slap them on there.
What sort of talk shows are we talking?
Usually try to hit the full circuit, Kimmel, Colbert, Fallon, all sorts.
Miss Hollis, have you ever worked with Midland's television studios before?
Yeah, sure have. I got a group that goes by the name of the Hound Dogs, and they really like that gig.
Were the Hound Dogs supposed to perform on June 29th, 2017?
Yeah, sure were.
And before this show, did MTS ever send you some form of guidelines?
You know what? Yeah, their talent booker did do that.
And did you ever read these guidelines?
No, not personally.
Miss Hollis, why didn't you read these guidelines?
Guess I just didn't think they were for me.
Did my client give you any reason to think that they weren't important for you?
No, I guess not. That must have sounded for a reason.
All right, well, let's move on. So June 29th, how did this day start out for you?
Pretty typical gig. We roll up to the studio and the boys are just hanging out in the dressing room. But next thing I know, one of my little drummer boys starts sneezing up a storm. And something like that hadn't gone down since we performed at a zoo last, so I thought I'd better take a step out and see if there are any critters running around.
Did you end up finding a little critter running around?
Not so little. Ended up walking into another one of the dressing rooms, and I see a full-grown chimpanzee in there.
What was this chimpanzee doing?
Well, it was holding on to the bars of the cage, and it was just jumping up and down, and screaming real loud and high-pitched
Was anyone else in there with you when this was occurring?
No, it was kind of weird. The thing was totally by itself.
So did you talk to anyone about this?
Yeah, I had to get that thing moved if I was going to get my drummer to stop sneezing. So I leave the room, start walking around, hoping to run into someone who works for the show.
Did you end up finding someone?
Yeah, sure did. Ran into the host, goes by the name of Alex Grace, and I thought that she might be able to help me out.
Did you get to talk to Alex Grace about it?
Well, not at first. She was talking to somebody else in the hall. Person I found out later was that trainer over there, Danny, I think. And they were having some kind of conversation.
Do you know what they were talking about, Miss Hollis?
Yeah. Danny was saying if things go sideways today, it's on you. I'm just not 100% confident in him today.
So did you talk to Alex Grace after this?
Yeah, she was very helpful. We got it figured out.
So where'd you go from there?
Well, I start walking away again, and I eventually run into Danny's second time, the trainer guy. This time he's on the phone, though. And he's just saying that he has a really bad feeling about it, and he just can't shake that feeling.
Did the rehearsal still happen after this?
Yeah, sure did. And I sat myself down there, right in one of the front rows, and just wanted to make sure that that chimpanzee wasn't going to go anywhere near where my drummer was going to be playing later.
So you were at the rehearsal. How did it go?
It wasn't too exciting at first, to tell you the truth. I was kind of just playing around on my phone, passing the time. But then things changed pretty abruptly. I heard the exact same screaming voice from before, the really loud one. Look up, and sure enough, it's the chimpanzee going off the same way it was earlier, jumping up and down and screaming the same exact way.
Did you see Danny Kosak do anything while this was happening?
Well, yeah, it looked like the trainer guy was doing some kind of hand signal. The one that I really remember most was when he took his thumb and just put it down. I know it sounds kind of lame, but the chimpanzee just kind of went off.
So after this thumbs down motion, what happened?
Well, that thing was freaking out. And I said, for me, it's time to dip. So I turn around and I start trying to head out of there.
Did you end up leaving right after?
No, I heard another scream before I could leave, but this time it wasn't the chimpanzee.
Miss Hollis, what happened?
I turned back around. One of the guys that worked for the show, he was on the ground, and that chimpanzee was just digging into him. It was one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Did you ever hear Danny Kosak say anything while this was happening?
No.
Did you ever see him do anything?
That was like one of the worst parts for me. He just stood there for a second. Eventually he runs over to the thing and he's just tugging at the chimpanzee. And it didn't do anything.
Thank you, Miss Hollis. No further questions.
Thank you. Cross-examination.